see. Hi, you guys. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. If you are staying here, I can either talk to you about books or we could do oracle cards. Whatever you're thinking. Dun, dun, dun. How are we doing? Dun, dun. Sorry. Hello, hello, everyone. How are you doing? I'm finally on TikTok Live. Hello. If you're staying here, you can have me pull an oracle card for you, or if you want to talk to me about books, comment below, share, tap the screen. How are you all doing today? Hello. Hello, hello. I got red lipstick on, but you see the phantom? The phantom lips. All right, y'all. Hello, hello. How are we doing today? Dun, dun, dun. Hi, you guys. If you are here, you can talk to me about books. You can get an oracle card pulled. Hello, hello. Hi, you guys. If you want to join me, you can join me. Ask permission, and I'll add you. We can talk about books, oracle card reading if you want one. Hello, hello. How are you doing? While you're here, tap on the screen. We could talk about so many different things. I just came back from Indiana, which was super exciting. I did lose my voice, but Indie LitCon was pretty awesome. So I'm really happy and thankful for that. All right. So we have a love reading. Let's see. If you are staying here and you want an oracle card pull, let me know. Brian, I can pull for you. All right. So we have the soulmate card. This came in. This is either a soul contract or something that you have going on together. This doesn't necessarily mean that you will be completely together all the time. This is more along the lines of, did you guys kind of go where you're supposed to go, and that's where it's at. That's where our soul contract is. We have soulmates that could be platonic or not, and that happens sometimes. And when our soul contract is kind of met up, that's what it is. And then it's like we evolve and move forward with things, okay? So I won't answer any questions about cheating or anything like that, but I hope that helps you. So I do have, like I said, oracle cards. If you want to stay, you can comment below with a question. What is it on your mind? Or we could talk about books. Is anybody here a book person? If you are, what kind of books are you reading right now? Hello. How are y'all doing? I'm finally feeling better. So, all right. So, hi, Lucy. Will you find a job in June? All right. Ooh. So, we have two different cards here. We have notice your reoccurring physical and emotional senses. That is your divine guidance. Life review. Take inventory of your life, resolve it, change it, and heal it if you feel unbalanced. So right now, this means that you can be offered something new to come your way, but you're also being told from your spirit guides that you kind of want to follow into that with your signs and synchronicities. How am I feeling? Does this feel like this is aligned for me? Is it not? And then that's when you're going to actually go toward the job or the offer that you're going to be getting, okay? Will I get an offer from my dream company? If you are staying here, please tap on the screen, like it, share it. Thank you for joining me. If you are here, no problem. I am doing either oracle card pulls if you're feeling lucky, or we can talk about books. Like I said, I just came from Indie Lit Con. It was awesome. It was in Indianapolis. It was such a wonderful time. And I met so many awesome authors out that way. It was a really good experience. Okay. So victory, the victory card came up for you. Will I get the dream offer or the job that I'm dreaming of? So this is like a victory. This is something you've been working for and wanting. And we also have the peace card, remembering that you can manifest or do all these things on your own. So when we talk about manifesting, we often say like, excuse me, we often say like, we want this thing, we want a new job, we want X, Y, and Z, but we have to actually put actions toward our manifestations for them to actually be possible. So you can get the offer, but make sure you're doing all the steps that are in alignment for you to get it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming in. If you are here and you got your reading, like and tap the screen, share it, add more people. And if you want to talk about books, tell me what is the latest book you are reading. I am reading a few or trying to dabble in a few that I just got from Indie LitCon, and it was awesome. Such a variety of books and such wonderful authors that I got to experience all of that with. So thank you, thank you. And if anybody wants to join on the live, I might let you today. We might talk, chit chat. You can ask a question about me if it has to do with oracle cards or books. Please go ahead. Let's see. Cancel. Sorry. So if you are staying here, this means you are consenting if you want a reading. Like, comment, share. If you are a book reader, what kind of book are you reading? Or if you're a writer, what have you been writing or working on? Thank you guys. I don't know what invitation got sent. Something got sent. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Crystal. Yaz. If you guys want an oracle card reading, if you have a question or general one, you can comment below. If you have never followed me, comment. Sandy! I miss you, Bookie! That's my friend. Y'all my friends, but she my friend. I am tired. I'm sick from Indiana, but I'm okay. So, if you are here, yeah, you my friend. We got internet friends and then we got real friends, okay? Everybody's a friend though. But yeah. Is anybody reading anything new? Or journaling or writing? Because that's my thing too. Dun, dun, dun. And if you want a reading, comment below. If there's something like on your mind that you're thinking of, or you need clarity in, or if you're like just interested in what oracle cards are or whatever, you can comment below. I thought I would be here. I'm usually not on live. I am thinking of inviting people to join, to chit chat. Hello, Jackie. Hello, hello. So, if you are here, I'm letting y'all know that Sealed in Shadows will be one of the books in my book bundle for when I hit 2K on my page. I will be doing a giveaway. So there'll be a few books that you win. They get sent to you. They're signed by me. You might have little goodie bags, stuff like that. You might even get a crystal. Who knows? But yeah, if you are here, like, share the page. If you want an oracle card reading, comment below. Single card pull, whatever. So what have you been up to? I know. Ooh, girl. You should join in so I can hear your voice. Ooh, sexy girl. All right. Do you have a specific question? Hi. Okay, so book talk babe Christina. I have to tell you, hold on, Sandy. We're going to pull your oracle card. I have to tell you that from Indie LitCon, that was the most wonderful experience. And I'm just saying this as an author, indie author. I'm here from Chicago area, more now in the suburbs. But that was one of the best experience I ever had. So Christina and Cheyenne were wonderful to talk with, and like I didn't even know how much I was surrounded by like famous authors, by the way. Please excuse me. Like I'm like old school. I'm like reading Frankenstein, old school books. Like please don't be offended if I don't know everybody, but it was such a wonderful experience. And Cheyenne and Christina were like amazing by my table. I just had a mini stroke and they were so delightful. They gave me a little care package bag, and I swear that saved me because like there was so much going on. I didn't get to eat, and I was like, no, I'm okay. I don't need that. And all of a sudden they had like this little snack pack, and I'm like, yes, I definitely needed that. So my blood sugar was low, but I made it on the other end, you know, like, so I just want to say they were wonderful, and I'm really lucky that they were there because I went solo. So like, remember when I told you guys, sometimes you have to understand spiritually. Yes, friend, I had a mini stroke. I had a mini stroke. I posted a video that I was in the hospital. So, I'll just talk to you guys for a minute. I had lost my mom. Oh, thank you. I had lost my mom, right after Christmas Day, honestly. She had to go to the hospital, and then, like the following day, she went into cardiac arrest. I kind of knew when she was going to pass because I already had like a dream or whatever, feeling it was to come like 2 weeks before. But she had passed. I went through all that. And yes, we have to see each other again. That was beautiful. And so like that, I think, caught up with me. And then I had found out somebody really, really close to me, they had their parent pass, and I think it just like triggered everything. And then I had a mini stroke. My face was like having issues. My speech was really bad, and I forced myself to talk again and read out loud because I know from my own mother having a stroke. I'm just putting this out here. You don't want to stay stagnant and not do any of that. Like you have to read, you have to try and speak, you have to do all those things to regain that memory. I will say right now that I am still having issues with my memory. And it's kind of crazy. It's like very short term, like stuff. Like somebody will tell me something and I kind of already forget. That is one thing I am starting to see from that. But moral of the story is your body will store things before you know it. That's like where I tell you guys about clearing your chakras, understanding like your spiritual senses, because I had stored stuff from my mom's passing, from previous things, and I think it just kind of all festered up where I had the mini stroke. And at first they were trying to tell me it was anxiety, and I'm like, look, you guys, I know what anxiety or panic attack feels like. This ain't it. And then when the blood work came back, and then like all the symptoms that happened, it was like a TIA, I believe that's what you call it. So it was like a mini stroke. But yes, please take care of yourself. It will all add up. But that's where we have to do like the self-care a lot of the time, okay? So, yes, friend. Yes, friend, I was in the hospital. And I'm still recovering. But that's why we're on here speaking, because the more I speak, the more it's going to get better for me. So, what is it that you need to know, friend, right now? We got one. Because I'm going to give you more than one card. There we go. Ooh, flying out. And the bottom of the deck. So I have 3 cards for you. We have 3 different cards. So we have Goddess of the Moon. All right, there's a new moon cycle coming in. Actually, we got our second moon, full moon, y'all. The blue moon, which this is fitting. Look at it. Look at it, blue moon. All right, this is Goddess of the Moon. So you take that dark energy from the night and you use it to manifest, whether it's using a candle or like writing out your manifestations or things like that. And I don't think you understand that when you're thinking of stuff, you're automatically manifesting that. So like even when you feel like you're struggling in your darkest times, you're actually transmuting that into something more positive, which is very much what this is telling you. It says when life kicks you down, remember that there's goodness and you can always rise above it. So nighttime could be more your reflection. This could be more when you're writing things or doing, like I said, your intentional candles, okay? We have the Goddess of Maya's. Sorry, I'm trying to say it. The corn god. Sorry, my Spanish is not good. Don't come for me, y'all. Don't even. But anyways, this is more along the lines of like planting the seeds and watching it grow. It's kind of like you've been going on this journey for about, I want to say 2 to 3 years, and you're finally figuring out when you started manifesting little bits and pieces back then. Now that it's kind of coming forward for you, this is just like it's finally blooming. And then we have the Lover's card. Okay, so this is along the lines of yin and yang, intertwined soul connection. So like your soul recognizes a person in your life that could be significant. And this could be, because I keep hearing 2. We could have soul connections with 2 different people at the same time, just so you know. And don't take offense to this, because this isn't what it is. It's just like when you have something old, it can still stay attached to you, and then you can have your new. So your new timeline and your new things that you're connected to, it's a little bit different, okay? And that's not a bad thing. It's just like we have a soul contract, and sometimes we have to stop that and then bring in the new, all right? So continue to do your candles, continue to do your spiritual bath. Make very clear intention of what it is you want in the relationship field for what's next. And I want to say, I keep hearing 5 in the next 5 months. There's going to be different transactions and things that are going on for you. I don't know if it's just like the love aspect, but I feel like it's the spiritual aspect. Okay, if that makes sense. But keep going forward. Everything is working out for you, even with those little hiccups. Okay, so for you have. No. Hey! It makes sense. Yes. And I miss you. We need to catch up because I love you lots. Hi, you guys. Hi, Cheyenne. Okay, so like I said, Cheyenne and Christina both seen me, and It was amazing at Indie LitCon. And they're my friends now, forevers. So, if you are here, you can either get an oracle card pull, or you could talk to me about a book. Yes, you need to stop by. We need to have lunch or something. But, yeah, you're just friends with everybody. I'm trying to be. I love everyone. I try to be nice to everyone. Shut up. You be judging me all the time. Don't worry. I know this person. Don't come for me on the live. Like, that's how I am as a person. Please don't judge me. Yes, Denise, I can. Do you want a general card pull or do you have a specific question? Somebody's going to be like, she's really not nice to people online. I'm hoping to be somebody tag plot twist. Somebody tag Rose, the Rose romance. Like I need y'all to tag them because I saw announcements and I applied. So your girl's trying to go because I have my new poetry book coming out in October, Yearning Devotions, and it is super, super close to me, intimate. All of these poems that I collectively wrote over time. I've did placement. I have a playlist for it. I'm really excited. And I really this is totally the opposite of what I like to write. I love, like I said, everything old school. So Romeo and Juliet, The Great Gatsby. I love more tragic romance in a way that just it makes your heart feel like you have to have more. That's why it's literally called Yearning Devotions, because it's when I thought about it, it's I want my heart to feel like it's breaking, but so much love in it at the same time. So all of these poems are really I want it to touch your soul when you're reading it. Yeah, I love tragic romance. And I feel like a lot of people are just oh, we want the happy ending, or I don't write no shade. I don't write smut. I don't write anything too graphic. And I've had people be like, why? You should do it. And it's I could say it. I know what I could say and think, but I don't know if I'm going to do all of that. So no, I haven't. All right, Denise, I will do a single card pull for you. All right. Whoop. We have prioritize. This card comes up when you're not focusing on your priorities. You keep giving, and you need to stay motivated because you're giving out that energy. And when you give out that energy, it's not coming back to you. You're not restoring yourself. You're not feeling good. So your spirit guides are telling you self-care is important. It keeps you going. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again because 1, you're not taking care of yourself. 2, you're not doing what you truly feel happy with, okay? So I hope that resonates with you. Margarita, can I have a card? Sure you can. What is it that you need to know? Ooh, we have 3 different cards for you, Margarita. Okay, so we have chakra clearing. So your chakra is from your crown to your root by the back. This is along the lines of calling upon, you could use crystals or get yourself in realignment, meaning going outside, enjoying nature and those things. Because like I said, if we keep certain things stored in our bodies, it can actually manifest in physical ailments, and you don't want to do that. So maybe right now you feel like you've had a lot of trying times because we have the divine order. This means justice. You want something to be resolved, or you feel like it's not resolved. But this is telling you with the divine order and comfort that it's all coming together. You need a little bit more time, and let your heart heal and look past illusions of things and know that everything is in order the way that it's supposed to be coming. Okay, that's what it is. And understand divine justice. We always think that it's when it's meant to be. It's when you're in alignment. That's literally why the chakras and the clearing your energy makes sense, because when you are in alignment, when you feel your greatest, nothing but opportunities and things come your way. Okay, so I hope that resonates with you. All right. Oh, we got another Denise. And by the way, ladies, if Christina or Cheyenne, I'm not forcing it. If y'all ever want to try to dabble in an oracle card pull, you comment too. So, all right. So we have our other Denise. This is for you, general card pull. Okay. And by the way, I'm using my oracle cards that are angel. All of my decks, I usually love all my angel decks. They're all special to me. All right, Denise. All right, we have 2, 3. So I have 3 different cards. I have Take Back Your Power. This is when you're either feeding into a certain energy or person that's not good for you. This is either they're not understanding you, or like their intention with you isn't what it's supposed to be. And for some reason, I keep getting a male energy. Okay, take it how it resonates. Or this could be male energy, meaning we have our yin and yang energy. So we have the female and divine masculine energy within ourselves. So this could be like you need to be more graceful with yourself, maybe not more. You can be vocal about things, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But this is more like your spirit guides telling you, be more graceful, be more in your divine. Understand what you're supposed to be collectively, and don't let people let you be, like I said, out of pocket. Like where it's like more masculine male energy. You could say what you mean and mean what you say, but you have to do it a little bit more graceful, okay? Because then we have the passion and courage. Passion is when you're like trusting and following and getting more into what you feel like you're called to. This could be love life, which I said for me, there was the masculine energy. That could be your masculine energy, or a masculine, meaning a male that you're with. So this could be following your passion in love or career, okay? And then we have the courage card. That card is just telling you, like, be courageous, stand up for what you want, and don't let anybody belittle you, undermine you, and make you feel like a different, you know, that you're not worthy of it. You are worthy of it. And if you've been suffering a lot of anxiety, understand that it's going to pass once you calm yourself and find that inner knowing, okay? Keith! Oh! So I was asked, Keith, if I was going to be at Romance Con, because nobody knew yet. And I said, wait a minute. Y'all need to go to IndieCon, save the date for the next year, because I had the most pleasant experience. Okay, so I'm so glad that I was able to see so many authors there. I'm back, had a call. And yes, so I was talking about how wonderful everything was laid out, how all the authors, it didn't matter how well known they were, or if they were somebody like me, indie author, they had like the best experience. So it was really exciting. Yes, it was. And I was talking about Cheyenne and Christina the whole time. I was like, their little care package saved me throughout the whole thing. So I was excited. So we're talking about books or oracle card readings. Yes. Now, I told everybody the romance one is going to be awesome, that I've been working on yearning devotions, that this has been a long one, that I've been collecting poetry for a few years. And if y'all don't know, I have a muse. Yes, I have a muse. There's a person that I write most of my books for. And yearning devotions was one of those things, again, that it was just like very close to my heart. And then it was like, not just the muse, but like in general, I think what's so healing about your writing is it was with different experiences that I realized it was like different love situations and relationships that I had grown from. And yeah, and I'm really excited about that one. So if I get into the Romance Con, I wanted to exclusively have that one at the signing. But like that's a totally new thing. I always do my paranormal, my horror, romance and stuff like that. But this one was like special, and it's my first poetry book ever. But it's exciting. It's nice. I love all the poems. I did share some of it. I know. I'm telling you, the snack bags, like it just made sense. I was just like, no, I don't need it. I just like all the cutesy little stickers, and all of a sudden I was like, ooh, I think my blood sugar's low. And I had a treat. So yeah, it was nice. I'm really excited. Thank you guys. Does anybody want to join me on the live? You can. Oh, that's so cute. You guys have the mini water bottles. I love that. I think that's really cute to do that. I'm usually like salty. I don't like pretzels though. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm just kind of biased. Maybe. Autumn. Sorry, that's Tristan in the background getting real rowdy, okay? But he's having a good time. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you are staying here, you can either talk to me about a book you're reading, or what's on your list to be reading, or if you want an oracle card, you could do that too. I'll pull them and I'll read it for you. Thank you. This is my backdrop all the time for my readings, but I won't change it. I thought about it, but I love my sun and moon. So yeah. I got my the face thing, and like you can see my phantom lips, but I really do have red lipstick on, you guys. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, so if you want a reading, I do oracle cards. Mine are all angel. Some people ask for love. I try not to do that, but like if you want a general reading, I would just pull the card and then tell you what it means intuitively, what kind of guidance you might need, all right? But yeah, the other thing I was talking about is I have Sealed in Shadows here available. Yes. This is more my paranormal. It feels real. Is it an energy? Is it an entity? What's in the house? What's going on? This is Marie. She inherits her grandmother's home from childhood, and it's like, what's gonna happen? Is she gonna experience some of the same things she kind of did when she was younger? So it's a really cool book. I really like this because Sealed in Shadows is actually a little bit about we split them. Oh yeah, I love that. So Sealed in Shadows is kind of a little bit about what I experienced when I was younger. Again, some of you might know or not know, I do paranormal investigations. I am a medium as well as doing the oracle card. So I would experience that I had my grandmother's building she owned had a lot of energy that was not so kind, and I realized that I started seeing the shadow figures and things that were part of that. So from a very young age, I want to say by the age of 3, I started experiencing that. As I got older, I had left, my parents moved from there, and then when I left home, because like you'll find this out in my soft petals from burnt ashes, I got kicked out of my house at 19, and I had nowhere to go, like at all. I had like my car, and I was staying in my car a little bit, and then I would stay at hotels, and I still had nowhere really to go. My mom told everybody, like, don't be helping her out, like she gotta learn the hard way, and it was like that kind of. But again, I love my mama, like there was a reason all behind that. And so I ended up having to go back to my grandmother's place, and it was around 19, and I started experiencing the same things again, like the shadowy figures, stuff moving, stuff falling like crazy out of her apartment building. And then like at one point I was like, I can't be here anymore. Like this feels too real. Like what is going on? I'm hearing things like in the attic. I'm hearing stuff in the basement. Stuff is falling. And literally there was a time where we were all in the basement. There was a pool table down there, and we're all hanging out playing, me and my cousins. And all of a sudden we hear something like slam really hard. Like something just got knocked off of the, not the cabinet, but like the shelf. And then we hear it, and like there was an object that fell, but there was something else, and it looked like a scroll. It was actually a painting of, I believe, the family that was there way, way before. And we opened it up, and it was like this really old black and white painting, or not painting, photo. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is huge. Like where did this come from? So long story short, that's where Sealed in Shadows inspiration was. A lot of it was experiences that I had in my grandmother's place, and it was a little terrifying. So yeah. Hi. So if you are here, understand that I have a pinned post, and I am trying to get at least 2K followers on my regular page, because I am doing a book giveaway. It's a bundle, so you'll get a few different books signed for me, some care packages, and yeah, it's just a thank you for getting me at like 2K followers. You know, like, it's been a journey. I want to say when I first started this about a year ago, I only had like 200 people follow me, so it's been a bit. I'm trying to get there, but you know. So thank you guys. Is anybody reading anything exciting did they get from Indie LitCon, or is there like something you're doing? Oh, I have a new fan. Thank you. Thank you guys. It's been super exciting. Yeah, I want to say it's been quite the experience. Nice. I know, I'm mad. I didn't get the book Sour, and now I'm upset. Because, like, I should have. But now I should check it out. Hopefully I'll see her again well, I know I'll see her probably back at April's Indie LitCon for the next year. So yeah. And then like I said, Yearning Devotions is coming out in fall, and The Haunting of Ash Cafe is coming out in the fall. If you don't know, I'm gonna explain a little bit about it. So most of my books are all written from like dreams or experiences I've had. So there is a cafe that is highly haunted, and where it's at is like by a forest preserve area. So I'm really, really excited reading. You're reading 2 books at a time? My brain cannot. I gotta read one at a time sometimes, because like the characters and the plots, I don't want to get them confused. But that's just me. I have to do it that way sometimes. So yeah, The Haunting of Ash Cafe is like based off of this cafe that I know is really, really haunted by me. And actually, the area that it is was by Indian burial grounds. And the forest preserve is also part of that kind of area. And then you keep going on, and there's like this very weird shift in dynamic of energy when you enter one place or the other. And so I would go to this cafe, and I already kind of knew the experiences that the staff would talk about. I mean, I even host stuff around there. And then when it would come to like nighttime, I would like see what looked like somebody in the lane, like walking across, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, this is nighttime. Like, why? And then I would eventually like have dreams and things, and I'm like, wait a minute, like somebody had to have crossed like around this place. And it makes sense because there's like a cemetery and other stuff going on too. So The Haunting of Ash Cafe is really, really cool. It's a psychological paranormal thriller. There will be like a crime case kind of thing. I don't know. It's different. It's totally different than what I wrote, but I wanted it to make sense because of the different visions and thoughts that I was seeing. And like everything, like if you don't know me, I mean, I have journals everywhere. Like I'm always having a journal. I have more somewhere else in my room. I have like 3 of them where I'm plotting out ideas. Yeah, I'm not lying. Like they're everywhere. So I walk around writing all the time. And that's what I do a lot. I think of my ideas. I imagine what my characters look like. Stuff like that. I don't know if anybody else does that or does writing like that, but that's usually how I work. It's in a journal. It's all rough draft. And then I'm like plotting out what I'm doing. Yeah. It's insane. Like, so like I'll have like the scrap and like chicken, I always call it chicken scratch everywhere. And then like even my Christmas book, like I'll have a layout of like time, places, and zones, and then I start writing in general. It's insane. Or I think of like a character and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So that's really how I work a lot. I write in my journal. And some people are like, that's madness. But I'm like, I got a journal in my backpack right now. That's how it is. Yeah, I actually met. It was pretty cool. So by my town, there's like a writers group. I'm not gone. I can never go because I'm always traveling and like I don't know. Like, I never really have anything local, which is insane. Because they have a writer's group. I literally applied for the town's book event, and they did not take me. I was highly offended. Okay? Usually I don't pout. I was highly offended. Because I was like, damn, this is like 10 minutes away from me. The closest I've ever been to home. And I was like, why didn't I get in? But it makes sense because they got so, like, flooded with applications. I can understand why. I mean, like, we have nothing in my community, and I keep trying to push for it. That's why I joined the arts community to get that going, because there's really nothing over here, like, to have authors and book signing events. And, like, the community itself is wonderful when it comes to small businesses, but when it comes to authors, I don't really see very much. Anyways, that's my sad story. So, yeah, I'm always, like, traveling, and I'm just like, man. But I always get so much love in other states. So, like, Indiana was absolutely amazing. Michigan, every time I go to Michigan, I don't have very many books that come back home with me. Michigan has been very, very kind to me, and I'm so lucky. Now, if anybody's from Wisconsin, I'd like to go to Wisconsin. Nice. But yeah, I'm always traveling, writing stuff down. I'll be even at events. Listen, I would love to go to Pennsylvania because I've heard nothing but wonderful things, but I've never been on a plane. So that's a fact that you guys have to know. I don't go on planes ever. Never ever. And yeah, I drive. And I don't drive expressways. So just know when I'm traveling to a state, I don't take expressways. I got in a really bad accident. I overcame it. But when it comes to the expressway, I will not go on it. I really do have to get past this fear of flying, though, because I think it'd be awesome to travel to different places. So one place is completely on my list is Salem. So bad. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I mean, I actually am pretty proud of myself from somebody who had severe anxiety and, like, had horrible, like, situations occur. I really forced myself to do a lot of things to not get scared. Like, I travel a lot by sometimes by myself, and I'm like, nope, I gotta do it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I kind of want to go to Boston, but I really, really, really want to go to Salem. And get this, y'all. The Midnight Mascanola, because I tell you about, like, what I get a lot of what's called prophetic vision, or it could be considered like astral projection. So what that means is you can visually feel and see and experience in a place that you've not been to. So what happens to me is I can visually see sometimes an action or something that's going to occur. So New Orleans, when I wrote The Midnight Mascanola, I could visually see myself in New Orleans even though I've never been there. I literally visualized cemeteries that I had never been at. And I literally had terms in my book that I was told only a local would know. And I had, for a fact, I had a person who lived out in New Orleans tell me this. And I was like, what? Like, I just knew the term. And that's when I tell you guys about your intuitive writing. When you write certain things down, and if you get good enough with meditation and things like that, you can actually start writing certain things that you could be seeing, or it's like prophetic. Maybe you guys start seeing characters a certain way or scenes in your head, and that could be guiding you to, like, the next thing that you're supposed to do, if that makes sense. Not everybody can do it, but if you can, it makes really good. Like, because a lot of the times I have people tell me when I write, they can visually feel like, or they physically feel like they are there because of the way that I write. But that's because when I write through actually seeing it. So I try a lot to get my readers to feel like they're actually in the presence of, like, the scene or the scenario. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. for any of you guys that are here that read my books, that's really important to me. Because I feel like if you can't feel like you're in the scene, that it gets harder to get into a book sometimes. But yeah. Hello, Lisa. So yeah. Book. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Well, I can't wait for you to read it. The Midnight Mass Granola is a lot of people's favorites. And I would like to tell you, if Cheyenne's in here, comment below. Because I had such, I don't know what it was. When my mom passed, I didn't want to really write anymore. So The Vow of the Guardian has literally been my latest release. And that was in February. And I had been writing other stuff over and over, like the poetry. That had been for years. And again, I was too afraid. I'm like, usually I don't really care about genres, but I'm like, poetry is like a big, to me, for the paranormal and the horror that I do, that was a really big jump. So was my Christmas book. By the way, if anybody get me to Hallmark or Netflix, that screenplay is ready, okay? Anybody who knows anybody. I'm ready for that thing to be like a thing. So yeah, I wrote a Christmas book, but there was a deep significance why this Christmas book mattered to me. So Whispers of the Nutcracker, that was also another genre thing, completely different. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's just like, I have always loved the paranormal. Paranormal has always loved me. I love to go and investigate. I love to do readings, but I just like understanding, like I said, the metaphysical educator part. Like, why do we exist? Why is there like always seeing the good and evil? Why, like, basically just kind of questioning why things are the way that they are a lot. So I don't know. It's a really good experience. I love the Midnight Mass Granola. I love vampires growing up. My favorite movie was The Interview with the Vampire. Absolutely love that one. And I mean, I love all of those things. So when it came to it, I was like, I need to do this. That would be Tristan. Something's upsetting him. I might have to leave. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one. Thank you, Rachel, for getting it. So my ADD squirrel brain. So what I was trying to say is Cheyenne read The Vow of the Guardian, and being at Indie LitCon it was intriguing and ignited something different in me that I thought about making a spin-off, or not a spin-off, a second part to The Vow of the Guardian. Literally because Cheyenne talked to me and read it and understood what I was trying to convey in The Vow of the Guardian. And then I was like, wait a minute, I got questions. Like, do you think like this, and it is a standalone book, but like something about being at Indie Lit, hearing all of these authors, like, I don't know, like something in me felt really inspired by writing again that I had felt like I lost for a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. It was a really cool experience. I can't wait for next year. Hello. Hi, you guys. But yeah, that's what I would say. The Vow of the Guardian was super important. Again, like having a muse. The whole dynamic, because I grew up loving Disney. Beauty and the Beast vibes, but like this love triangle. And then I loved watching Tristan and Isolde or Romeo and Juliet books, reading it. It was like the tragic romance has always been like so important to me. And it's like, I don't know, I wanted to bring that back. So a lot of the times, like I said, when I write books, they're not smut. They're not deep, like those kind of scenes, but the sense of like when you read it and the yearning and the understanding you have in their dynamic, it's just like, wow. Especially when you get to chapter 15 on The Vow of the Guardian. I wanted you to feel so emotionally connected to them and like understand the feelings that they were going through and the love that they had, but like couldn't say and convey. That was really important to me. And I feel like that's important to me a lot with my books. I want you to be able to visualize seeing yourself there. but I want you to feel like you're the actual character. So if that makes sense to you, like, you'll get it. And it's just like, that's what I want when I write. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for really being supportive. But yeah, that's a little bit of how I like to write. But if you guys are interested, anybody who's in the room, and you want an oracle card reading, you can comment below. I can do a general card pull, but I'm going to be leaving in a little bit. And I'm so glad you guys were here talking with me, because it was a very fun time. And I'm running low on coffee. Decaf. We can't have regular coffee. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Let's see who's here. I'm going to invite somebody in. Let's see. Who's going to join me? I would love for somebody to join in. I've never really done that. But if it happens, it happens. Let's see. Yeah, it's funny. Thank you, guys. I'm always weird about that stuff, but... So, Rachel, how many books have you read so far? Do you have, like, a list? Are you doing that? Like a yearly, or not year? Well, yeah, kind of like a year. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, y'all. All the messages. Dun, dun, dun. 73? Oh, hi, darling dear.
I saw your invite.
Yeah, I just wanted to invite. I don't know, I've never did it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not that cool. I don't know.
I'm not that cool either. I'm so inconsistent that I think I've been more consistent in the last 2-3 days than I have been the entire time I've had this TikTok.
I'm telling you, it was the LitCon.
It was.
Something about it.
It put fire in everybody's belly.
I feel like it. So what are you doing today? Trying to rest?
Well, I would like to say I did, but we worked on some Gods of Sin this morning, and then we had a live and worked on more Gods of Sin, and then now we are working on
more Gods of Sin? No, I'm just kidding.
I honestly, I wish. No, we're actually working on a collection of stories that we've had our eye on for a while, and we just never did.
Yeah.
So we're kind of putting that together now.
Nice.
And then I worked on a solo earlier as well.
Ooh, nice.
Because I have some.
Do we get any like a little info on that?
Yeah. So I actually have multiple. I have a dark romance series called The Deck, and they're interconnected standalones. I have I can't remember what order I decided. Joker, Jack of Clubs, 4 of Hearts, 7 of Clubs, 2 of Diamonds, Ace of Spades, and Queen of Hearts.
What?
Yeah, and Joker is actually a prequel. Joker is not a dark romance. It is not. Like, that man should not be romanticized in any way, shape, or form because he unalives people. And his whole religion, or his whole relationship with the main female character is very Stockholm syndrome. But it plays into a character in the dark romance series that comes after it. So it's basically her. Yeah, it's basically the origin story of that character, but you don't know it's their origin story until you read their book.
Yeah.
And then I also have a standalone that I'm working on called Nightingale, and it is about this woman that is condemned to condemned to life, working on organizing the confessions inside of an old cathedral. And she discovers a journal there written, and the author has addressed every entry to My Darling Nightingale. And she eventually finds out that she basically falls in love with the author of this journal, and then finds out that the keeper of the archives, Malachi Crow, is the author, and he's actually a demon who has been in the archives all this time, waiting specifically for her, and has been writing in this journal for centuries, waiting for her.
That's cool.
And then I also have a fantasy I've been working on called the Chronicles of the Balmoris Chronicles. And it is kind of like, I basically wanted to put my own twist on a dragon fantasy. And so instead of dragons, there are these creatures called basums, and they're winged felines.
Oh,
so
cool though.
Yeah. So I'm still working on the world building on that one. So I don't have a whole lot for that one yet. Nice. But
and you're all working on these like
simultaneously, yes. Yes.
I was gonna say, I don't know what it is. Like I can't, because I was just talking about that. So like the Vow of the Guardian, and then wanting to do the new story, which is still tied together. So it's gonna be Scarlet the Guardian. But there would be a reason why it's called that. But like it's just, I thought of the story. It was already coming up with the story. I was like, wait a minute, I still have to finish up a little bit more of the haunting of Ash Cafe, and like my brain's like, wait a minute, like back and forth. So it's just like, I don't even know how you could do 3 or 4 stories at a time, girl.
I'm doing so much at a time. So we have the second book of the Tomes of Potomaku that we're working on. We have The Gods of Sin is a 16-book interconnected series that we are literally writing all simultaneously. And then I have all mine that I'm writing simultaneously.
Yeah.
But that's it's because we chase the dopamine. So like if we're not feeling something, we'll take a break on it and we'll jump to something that we're like, yeah, we really want to work on this. And then
that makes sense.
Yeah. Because I have horrible ADHD brain. And sometimes I'm just not sometimes I'm just not feeling it. So
yeah, that's why I was like, I stopped at one point of the Haunting of Ash Cafe, and I was like, but that was like the Vow of the Guardian too.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never really experienced that because I'm kind of like on the go. Like a lot of people don't know this, but when I'm writing, I'm very much, I have to start and finish it. Like, I mean, like very quickly.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. Like, I'll be like working on it nonstop until I can complete it, from the book cover to formatting on the inside. So I made myself self-taught all of that. It's sad because I do want to work with other people. So like an illustrator I tried to connect with, and she was like, I'm $3,000. I was like, what?
Yeah.
No discredit. And I was like, no discredit to that, because like I love like working with other artists. I'm like, no, I gotta learn. Same thing with formatting. I was like, oh, like, then I had to learn that on my own. And then it's just like the whole writing process. Like I just have to have, like, for me visually, I'm always writing the title. That's like my main thing. And then like I'll think of the characters, what they look like, and then like the whole storyline, like you're saying. And then I'm like, but for me, what's really weird that a lot of people don't, is I write the scene as how I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't always have like the full structure. And I'm like, okay, well, so if this happened, this could happen next. And then I was like, okay, that's how I do my scenes a lot of the time in my writing. Right. Now, am I professional when it comes to that? No, but it's like,
right.
I'm like, I wonder if that made sense. Somebody's like, no, it did. It was cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know. I'm always like that. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I
think
that's
my style.
I think the hardest part for me was, so Stealing Starlight, me and her both agreed that we tried a little too hard. Like, my prose were ridiculous. I had way too many prose. And so like that's my main thing that I'm trying to kind of polish a little bit is my writing style.
Yeah.
Because like I'm proud of what we did with Stealing Starlight. But I definitely think that my writing style could be better. So that's what I've been doing. Like I've literally told her multiple times, like, hey, if it looks like I'm getting carried away with these details and over detailing because I'm just getting it like stuck on one thing, tell me so that when we go back and prune and fluff, I can take some of it out.
Yeah.
So
Do you feel like, how do you, I don't know, because like the only thing I've ever collabed on is my Oracle cards. That to me was hard. That like, because like when I get a vision and I get a thought and I have like an idea of stuff, it's not that I'm so attached to it, because like that's another thing with traditional publishing is like I can't do that because like there are certain things and scenes that have to be in there. And like how do you feel, because I know like you guys just have a really good chemistry and dynamic, but like how do you feel though when you guys collaborate and write? Like do you guys feel like you mutually understand each other? I feel like we're on a podcast, like
I know.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I actually have never, like, I don't really have many people ask me these questions. So yeah. So we basically, what happens is, especially when we start working with new characters, I will message her because we work on Google Docs, we share the document and we talk in the chat, and that's how we work. And so I will talk to her and I'll be like, okay, so like this is how I'm envisioning this character. I want to make sure that we're on the same page. And then I'll be like, I'll give her a whole description of like their attitude and everything, and she'll be like, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Or she'll be like, I was kind of thinking of them this way, and then we'll like talk about it, and we'll be like, okay, let's figure it out. Usually we never really had a whole lot of problems not being on the same page. There's been a couple times. So we have a book in Deceit, in the Gods of Sin, called Deceit. And there is a character, it's a boy love, and it's a, Riven is the god in that one. And we got to a point where we were not on the same page. And I was like, she was like, I don't feel like he would do this. I don't want that. I feel like that's a little off because I feel like he would just walk out. And I was like, well, I feel like he's not quite like, this is where he's at in his arc, that it's like more like little less love right now and a little more obsession. And so we ended up having to talk it out and figure out where we both felt like he was in his arc. And so we get anxiety when we're like, hey, I don't like that. And so like, especially like, her, wait a minute. Especially her, because I've been writing for hobby since I was a little girl. This is all I've ever wanted to do. And I have been reading since I was a little girl, and it's just all I've ever wanted to do. And so she gets upset, like she gets anxious because she's like, if she's like, I don't think that's right. And I'm like, there's been so many times where I've explained my portion of it and she's like, okay. And I'm like, is it really okay? Or are you just not wanting to say anything?
Are you just settling right now?
Are you just settling right now? I was like, I don't want only one of us to be happy with how this is going. So I need you to talk to me.
Yeah. No, that's cool though. I mean, like I would have to say, like, I applaud you in the most like respectful way, because I did try and talk to another person too about a book, and then I was like, but wait a minute, because of my brain and how I process things, I was like, but what is their world like this, and why is this person in character doing this? And I remember I questioned the person, like I'm not gonna reveal, like she's very close to me, but I was like, wait a minute, but this and this and this doesn't make sense. And I was like, but what if we did this? And what if we did that? And it's her book. But I was like, there's so much potential. I think that's the thing, is that when you collaborate, like they have their vision and you have your vision. But I feel like when you're trying to come together, I feel like they also have a vision for you.
Yeah.
So like I'm just gonna put that out, like, cause like my friend, I was like, there's so much potential. There's like something else you could drive out of this, like, and I want you to see it. And I think sometimes that's what's cool about the collaboration, and it makes you forced into a different perspective and
Yep.
space to think or write. And I think that's what's nice. But like I have to get to that point, cause like
Yeah.
I
Well,
think you guys are amazing that you can do
there's
that. Cause I don't know if I could.
Yeah, like I've noticed that so far it's only really worked well with her. So we were best friends before we started writing together, and
Yeah.
um we used to role play like in our free time and stuff, and like come up with these stories and these characters and go back and forth. So we kind of already knew how each
Yeah.
other's brain worked and the writing style and the things and all of, that. But I
Yeah.
also actually I have been working with another friend of mine longer than I have Mitchie on a
Yeah.
book. And it is not going well. We are not working well together. And so I don't know if it will ever actually become a thing. Like, we are so close to finishing the first book for that series. We only have like 3 chapters missing at the end. And it's just not, it's not working very well. I realize that we do not work well as co-authors. So I don't even know if that
Yeah.
book will ever come out.
Yeah. I mean, and
But yeah.
I don't know though, like, is there any way though that you could write it? This, in my opinion, is there any way you could write it so that it'd be like a standalone?
I'm kind of trying to figure that out. Yeah, like I was looking at revisions a
Yeah.
couple of days
Because it's like
ago.
if you put that much effort, even if it couldn't, but like, I don't know, like, I just feel like you're writing, because I was reading the book and it's just like the writing and stuff. I think it would be really cool if you put that much effort into it and it was released. Like, there's obviously some connection and reason why you guys collabed, and
Hmm.
it's just like, damn, for you not to even publish that after all those time and the hard work and stuff, that would be really rough.
Yeah,
But
like,
yeah.
so I have a question for you. Do you ever like get anxiety about people reading your stuff? Because I have been so anxious
The
through this
whole
whole
week,
debut book.
the whole week,
Like, because like
everyone's
I'm
posting.
Yeah, because like I sit there and I'm like, especially when I read other people's books, and I'm like, I'm not this good, and like I'm like, and then someone's like, I'm reading your book, and I'm like, oh, please don't, I'm trash. Um,
Yeah. I know, that's me. I'm like, oh, excuse my language. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I'm like, is it really on like your top list of books to read? Because like exactly like you though, I am not professional. I went to
I'm not
culinary
either.
school. I went
I
to
went to art
culinary
school
school. Yeah.
for
So like
animation.
I did the newspaper. I did all those things. Like that's actually what I was talking about. Like the 30-day self care.
Hmm.
I made that because I love the graphic designing part of it. Again, did it as a hobby, not like full blown college or any of that. And so that was the first thing when I got out of my divorce. I had no job, no income because it was a really rough relationship at one point. I had nothing. I just got divorced and had nothing. And I was like, what am I going to do? And it was like, right, that's the only thing I ever knew. And I was dyslexic. I was in speech therapy through my whole like from the beginning up until like I was older because my speech had like a delay and stuff like that. And so writing and reading became my thing. Even though I hated it, even though hated public speaking, like that just became something I did. And like you said, I would sit there thinking of stories in my head or writing, and that's kind of like how it came to be. And then as an adult, I was like, well, I'm dyslexic, my grammar kind of sucks. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know how I'm gonna do this. Because you know what I mean? Like, there's traditional publishing, there's people that have like done this for a long time. But then when I got out of the mindset of like, I don't care, like, I'm even at this point right now everybody posting, I had to tell myself I don't care what they think. And it's because if I do care too much about what everybody thinks, I'll never write again.
that's
You
that's
know what I
fair.
mean?
Yeah,
Like I want the constructive criticism to get better, but I don't want it to be at a point where I'm like I don't want to write at all anymore. Because then like
right.
this is what healed me, this is what made me feel better. This is what like now is a really big thing that I'm chasing. And it's like I feel that our journey, like your journey and mine, is very realistic to somebody to be like, you know what? I don't have to go to school for all of that. I can self teach. I can be self taught and still chase my dream. That is literally
Right.
what my whole thought is. Is I want somebody to look and be like, wow. she was a single mom. She went through this, and she believed in herself that much that other people were inspired by that. You know,
Yeah,
same thing like you were very inspirational. You guys, honestly, you guys were like top tier when I came to your table. I was like, this is amazing. I was like, this is awesome. Because like that's totally me too.
Yeah, I was so nervous because so without giving too much detail, I had a very rough childhood. The environment that I grew up in was not a safe environment for a child to be in. And so I was isolated a lot. We moved around state to state to state. My stepfather never kept us in the same place for very long. And so I didn't have very many social skills growing up. I was always the quiet child. I was always the one off by herself just reading. And, you know, my first book I ever read was Elemental and the Good Sense Guide. And I was a little girl, and I was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is what I want to do. And so I was such an avid reader throughout my childhood. And it's ever since all I have ever wanted to do. Like, my family still has these itty bitty tiny homemade little picture books that I used to make when I was like in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad. Yeah. No, that's a really good thing. And like, so I'm gonna ask you another question, like you're interviewed. So, from your childhood, the stories and characters that you thought of, did you actually bring any of them to like your books now?
I did actually.
Oh yay!
Yeah, I did actually.
Nice.
So I have a character, and I did make her. I did exaggerate her a little bit.
That's okay.
So that like she really hit the point that I was trying to make. But Maggie Jackson in my book Joker, she is based off of a young middle school girl who I wrote in middle school, who was actually based on me. I had written her. Her name was Ella, because again, I loved Elemental and the Good Sense Guide. And, yeah, the mind of a child, right? I wasn't very original back then with names.
You're so original. Go ahead.
But she was a young girl who basically went through everything that I went through. And because we moved around so much, and I was very isolated, and I was never allowed to go to friends' houses, and friends were never allowed to come to my house, and I just didn't really, the only social interaction I got, apart from my siblings and my parents, was school. It was a young girl who was going through all this stuff, and a young boy friended her and would not leave her alone. Like, he wanted to be her friend. And so I actually shifted her personality and amplified it into Maggie Jackson, who happens to be a very depressed young woman who ends up getting involved with the serial killer because she's an easy target. She's an easy target because she blames herself for the disappearance of her best friend. And her best friend was actually Trevor Dawson's first victim. And so, so like Maggie, when she goes through all this stuff, Maggie is very much kind of a mixture of my imagination, some of the things that happened when I was a child, and then this other character I wrote when I was in like 7th grade. So yeah.
That's cool though. I mean, the story itself, that's an intense, like, whole dynamic itself, but the fact
it is very intense.
Yeah. I mean, though, the fact that you bring it into now your writing is even cooler.
Yeah.
Inner child you is very proud right now.
Thank you. Yeah, no, writing is very therapeutic for me. There's pretty much always going to be something about my characters that reflect either a temporary issue I'm having, trauma I've had in the past, or like...
That's probably why we connected on a. I feel like I connected with all of you, but there was like something about you, and this is where I get that woo woo spiritualness that I was more drawn to you.
I love woo woo
So
spiritualness.
like for me on a spiritual level, I think like me and you can like I can feel that connection because Soft Petals actually does talk about like my trauma.
Yeah.
That one is like that one's my memoir novella style. I didn't want to get too deep into it because like I was revisiting stuff like shadow work wise, but yeah, it talks about all the trauma like from a young age, from like sicknesses or like different situations and scenarios that I endured, and that was like the second thing I ever wrote. My first was like the Moonlit Curse, which was my YA, which was like homage to like again like the Young Twilight, all those kind of books, and I was like, those were my favorite, and it was like that was the first thing I ever tried to write, so that one's always special to me. And then the Soft Petals was next, so it's like exactly what you said. I wanted to make a character, but I didn't know if I would make a character be me or if I would just make it about myself. And then I was like, no, we're just gonna do it. I was like, you're just gonna do it.
I thought about, I've been working on it for a while. It's actually the first actual thing that I started, and I just haven't really touched it. I was actually thinking about reworking that book that I had written as a middle schooler and making it a young adult book or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that was the book for me. That like I got done with it and I was so proud. And reading it, I'm like, reading back on it now, I'm like, oh, I thought I was good. I was not. No. But the story, I feel like it's pretty good. Yeah, baby.
Was the Lunchable I packed the only Lunchable I had?
Yes, baby. It is.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that one. Soft Petals was different. And it was so vulnerable and raw. And like I had so many people be like, sorry. I read your chapters and I felt like it was there and experiencing all that. And a part of me felt like I was able to heal too. So even though I was terrified, I think that's what made it special. Is that people felt they were able to connect and heal on a certain level. Sorry. I'll be right back.
No, you're all right. Take your time.
Man, we need some honey for that one.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, somebody got me sick from Indiana.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
And I've been like
secretly.
I don't know who it was. Like you're by a bunch of people. And I could not shake it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it was...
I feel like you have a story to share. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I guess it's just one of those things where it's like I'm just not taking the time, you know what I mean? To really delve into it. But yeah, no, I think that's crazy. You talking about like us having a connection and stuff, because I felt like I was being rude because I was just standing there while the other ones were talking to you.
Heck no. I don't know. It was like something I was drawn like out of curiosity. Like, and then you gave me, because I know it was you. You gave me the book, didn't you? You came back. Yeah.
No, that one was Holly Rose, I think.
Okay, wait. But we saw each other for a minute. I swear I handed one of you guys a book. I don't know if I handed you or like I just like dropped it and I left and I was like, it's okay.
I'm not, well, maybe it was me. I don't know, because Mitchie's the one that has the matching tattoo with you.
Yeah, no, she was talking to somebody and I handed the book and I said, here you guys go. But
I
like,
have the long curly red hair.
yeah.
That.
And I was
So
just
yeah, I think it
like,
was me.
and I was just like, I don't know what it is. Like, I was intrigued by all of you guys, but I don't know. Something about you on a like a different sense was like, I'm kind of curious. Like, and then for some reason, I don't know if this would make sense for you. Do you have like a like from dad's side, grandfather who crossed over?
To be honest with you, I don't know because I'm not super close with my dad, and so
Yeah,
I
because
know
like the whole time I was there, somebody's person that crossed over like kept wanting to connect.
yeah,
And
I
it was like
know.
I saw you guys and then I know who was right next to me and I have to ask her, I think was it ML White? I have to
I,
ask her because like it was insane. It wouldn't stop all day while I was there. I was like,
oh
please
my
stop.
goodness. Yeah, it could be. Like I've lost every one of my grandfathers except for my father's father. I'm not super close with my father's family because my dad is not as great of a father figure as he could be.
What's that?
Yeah.
For the glaze.
Well, we're not doing that.
Oh, okay. And but he's taking over dinner for me. But so I actually don't even know he could have passed and just no one told me.
Yeah, so like that happens to me sometimes at events. Like I won't be doing any of like the mediumship stuff, and like if somebody crossed over a certain way, so it was just like crazy because like it was a male. It was like somebody's grandfather crossed over, and they had like lung problems, and it would just like not stop. And I'm like, who is it around here?
So my grandfather, my mother's father, had
Yeah,
lung problems.
yeah,
He
that's
had
what it
pneumonia
was.
when he passed.
It was so bad. I was like, who's grandfather? I was like, but I'm like, don't do this here because it's like an author event. I was like,
Yeah,
but like
my
it happens a lot.
yeah,
And
my mom's
I'm
father.
called a physical medium, so sometimes I'll feel if somebody crossed over a certain way, they'll show that or like they'll say it in that way. And I just could not like stop and I was just like, what is going on? So that's interesting that you said that. I just was like, it was between you guys or like I said, my neighbor.
Yeah, no, my papa Ford, he passed away from pneumonia and he had heart issues and he had dementia. And my family took turns going up to Fort Wayne. We live in Fairmount, Indiana, which is slightly by Muncie. And we all took turns going to Fort Wayne to sit with him in the last
Is
days.
March significant? Like a birthday, death day, anniversary?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm hearing
my
three.
my best friend Tony actually passed away in March from an overdose.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just keep hearing like three. I'm telling you, it's because we're like talking. Most people think it only has to be in person, but it's like if you talk to somebody and then like there's something that needs to be said or whatever. Yeah. But I kept hearing three like March, so that's the reason why I asked. I'm sorry about your loss, though.
That's all right. I actually, Mitchie and I also do tattoos. We're not professional. We're still practicing. So we just practice on each other.
Nice.
And
Yes.
she actually gave me a tattoo for him because I saw that people were getting numbers tattooed on their wrists. And it was the number of days they were sober. So I actually got two because I've had my own problems in the past. I've been clean for since my son was born. So I've been clean for over 10 years. But I got our numbers put on my wrist. His last anniversary of his death.
Okay.
I want to find out he's acting
So yeah, I'm trying to think of who the other one is because we lost so many people in
Is so wait, the numbers, what are the numbers though? Is it like 20 or what, like what is it?
127.
Okay. Did anybody pass then, because I'm hearing 20. Anybody birthday, death day, anniversary for the 20th?
Trying to think.
I don't know if I don't think it's in March.
My grandmother, I believe, passed away in the 20th of May.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, because and then something like July. I don't know if anybody significant for that in July.
I can't remember when he passed away because I wasn't hugely involved with my family during that time, but a very deep family friend that was very significant to my mom and my sister, and he was to me too when I was little, but then we were moved around and I didn't really get to grow up knowing him. His favorite holiday was July 4th, so we host a party for him every year on July 4th.
You got a lot of important people around you, darling dear.
Yeah,
it's crazy. We are very much alike. I'm about to roll up on 4 months sober.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I know it's not big yet, but
every day that you're sober is big. Every day.
Yeah, so it's been pretty good. So I told you, divine intervention.
And it was.
You are very important. Yeah, we have a lot of similarities.
We do.
Kind of.
That's crazy.
Yeah. My birthday's in December, though. I don't know.
It is. Mine's in December.
Get out of here.
Mine is December 24th.
On the count of 3. Wait, on the count of 3. What is your date? 1, 2, 3. 18.
The 24th.
Oh, is it really?
It is.
Oh my god. Mine's the 18th. That's wild. That's cool, though.
That's crazy.
We're going to be Christmas friends forever.
We are. Look at us go.
That's insane. Oh my god. Listen, if you tell me your mom or dad's birthday is in June, that I don't know what's happening. No.
Hold on, let me.
That's wild. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're about to see.
When is your mom's birthday?
Wait a minute. My mom's birthday is June 11th.
Okay. My mom's is in February, but I'm pretty sure my dad's is in June. So I texted my mom and I was like, "When's
my
dad's
birthday?" My dad's is June 27th.
Oh, that's crazy.
What? I feel like we're having like the brothers, what is it, stepbrothers moment? Did we become just best friends?
I think it happened.
That's crazy. That's cool though.
That is wild.
Yeah.
What do you need, baby?
I want to go this one.
Show me.
I want this one.
Oh, take me out there and show me, please. I don't know what you mean when you just point to the backyard.
This was exciting.
This is extremely exciting. We're authors. We have the same birth month. One of our parents
I'll
might
have to do the
possibly-
snippet. I'm gonna have to send it to you if I could download just like your section.
Absolutely.
It was literally like a podcast. Like that's insane.
That is craziness.
Yeah, we definitely do have a lot of similarities. They always say though, like soul wise, if you are around certain people, it's just like kind of like a mirror of you, meaning like different contracts or things that you've been through, like you kind of revisit that for a reason. So I feel like I'm like, okay, what am I revisiting though? Like, what do we gotta work on right now? Like we're doing good. Like what's up now?
We are. That's craziness. I'm actually flabbergasted.
Me too.
My dog has stuff in his hair.
Yeah, but I should let you finish up. I think it's time for me to get everybody ready for dinner too. And I was excited about this. Today was pretty fun.
It was extremely fun. I am so glad that I saw your invite and accepted because
me too.
This has been so much fun, actually.
Yeah. I do want to know, like, I want to eventually have my own podcast talking about different experience. Well, I do like spiritual talk with Crystal. So like I'll talk about certain things too. Like in the spiritual sense, like one day I talked about angels or candles or manifestation, but I also want to like get to know authors too and like their experiences and things like that. I don't know, maybe this was my synchronicity, like I should try and do it, and then this was yours, like get your personal book out there. I feel like that was a big thing today.
I think it was. I think I'm absolutely going to look into starting the planning for that because I feel like it's something that has to happen now.
Yeah. So thank you very much for talking with me. I had fun. I'm going to see what I'm going to cook for dinner and probably have more honey and tea. So, but yeah, I'm going to finish your book too. I'm going to try and finish more and more today.
Please let me know what you think. I hope you're liking it so far.
I do. The first couple pages, I was like, damn, we're there now? I was like, okay. I was like, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So, no, I did like it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
At the beginning of it. Yeah.
I feel like we were a little
you tell me when you get my book too.
Absolutely.
It's not as spicy, but it's my writing.
I believe it or not, I'm an everything reader. So nice. I love everything. There's hardly ever been a book someone could put in my hand that I didn't read and eat up and leave no crumbs and enjoy. So
great. All right, darling. I'll talk with you again. I'll let you guys know I'll be making posts, and then I'll let you know if I can put this on my stuff on social media. So
all right, sounds great.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Have a good night.